Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
It's not my birthday, but it feels like it's my birthday. So I made a new holiday, and I'll talk about it. But thank y'all for joining me. It's another episode of Mo Does the Most. It is the best host in the world, y'all girl Mo. You know they love the kid, like Trick love the kid. And to all my mothers who didn't get loved on yesterday, I made today a holiday too. It's Happy Single Mother's Day. Because I'm petty. Happy Single Mother's Day. I got two beautiful mothers with me on today's show, and it's going to be a really special show. So get ready, grab some tissue, grab some laughter. Ladies, do y'all want to introduce yourselves? Say what? They're not even paying attention.
Hey, I'm Tasha.
Okay, Tasha.
Internet sis drunk, Facebook.
Hey, girl.
The motherfucking one on
The
Instagram.
motherfucking one. Okay.
Hey, I'm Lisa Marie, and I'm Lisa Marie David on Facebook, and my truths on Instagram.
Okay, and I'm Mo, and I'm Mo underscores does the most on TikTok and Instagram that I don't even visit yet, but I'm gonna get there. And y'all know how to find me on Facebook. I'm getting there. Like y'all gotta understand. Look, I need a street team of people doing my social media and shit.
Man, tell me about it.
Cause it's not my thing. Like I'm very, very narcissistic on Facebook. I literally go like, "Oh, I'm so cute. Let me look at my story again. Let me look. Who looked at my story? Let me look at my story again. Who else looked at my story? Let me look at my story again. Maybe it's time to make a new story. Okay, let me look at that story. Oh, nobody's looked at it yet. I'll be back. That's me again.
I'll be back.
And then I'm like, oh, you saw it. You hearted me. And then I go on about my life. That's me on social media. So, yeah. So I brought these lovely ladies on the show with me because they really near and dear to my heart. And this is a special show. I want to like shout out the moms. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. Before we even get into our Mother's Day and what you did or what you didn't do, let me just make it a little lighthearted with a little bit of would you rather, you know. I got y'all ready. So, ladies, would you rather explore space or the ocean? What's this? Mermaids or aliens?
I go with space.
Ooh, ocean.
Tasha, what's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay. Because I know you a Pisces,
Pisces,
so.
Yeah.
Mark,
It's
what
funny
you
they
do?
say water bearer, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't like big bodies of water and I don't like fire. So
Okay.
it's something you can't do
Yeah.
anything about.
Get in there then. Get in there. Okay, so would you all rather be too hot or too cold?
She asked me, then I ain't.
Oh, yeah, because you
So
took
she
them
was
off.
right.
I don't be having time for people.
You ain't even stop talking.
You right.
But you know what? I really don't know. That's a hard question because I'm scared of heights and water. So it's like, damn, where do I want to go on shit? Because it's like, where am I better protected? I think that's where we'll determine. And with that being said, it would probably be the ocean because like the water, I know I'm still on Earth.
Ah,
If I go to space and something happened, it's just like I don't even know what
You out of this world.
So
Pretty
at least let me float up to the surface if something happened to me. I mean, I can't just float off.
we can't, but look, we can't make our. Why we gotta have danger? Like, what if this was like the
Because
safest
I'm black,
decision?
damn it. That's why. 'Cause
Exactly.
I'm
Black people
and
are
the
full of
person gonna think
PTSD.
yeah, we're gonna think about the worst case
Yeah,
scenario
like,
before
am I
we
gonna
go into
combust
something.
if I go into
Yeah, I'm
space, or
saying.
am I gonna drown? Like,
Am I
neither.
going toward the sun or am I going toward the moon? I
Neither.
need to know
Like,
which way I'm going.
You're gonna be fine.
And
You
you're
just get to
fully
pick your
prepared.
poison.
Like, you're fully prepared.
Okay, right. I got my life jacket on. You know. All right. So, would you rather be too hot or too cold?
I got this one down pat.
What you got, Lisa?
I'd rather be too cold.
Too hot.
I'd rather
me?
be, yeah, you rather be too cold. I'd rather be too hot. Tasha.
You can't do a damn thing
Can't
about
do
being
it.
too hot.
Yeah, I was trying to say that. You can't be.
I can do something about being too cold.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? I can cover up and get warm. But when you too hot, get in the swimming pool. Guess what? When you get out, you're hot as fuck again. Now you sweat.
I like being hot though, cause I'm anemic, so I be
Very much
cold.
so.
Oh, okay.
So I
Dig that.
like our heat be up.
Oh,
We lived on 90 growing up, so
Yeah.
all the way up.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
think I choose cold. Like the heat is just like ugh. Ain't nothing you can't do about it. Yeah,
Miserable with
I
it.
mean, and I get that.
Like, no.
Like I like, being able to control the elements. Like when it's when it's summer, and you can turn on the air conditioner, and you can go out and you come back in. But I do like being warmer than I do like being cold.
That work can go.
Okay, this one ain't gonna be hard. Would you rather? So if it's about that specific movie or book, would you rather read the book or watch the movie?
I'll read.
Read, yeah.
I'm watching the movie and I ain't even gonna look at it.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
gonna
I'll
just
watch
listen
the
to
movie.
it.
Yeah. I love a good
Audio
book.
book me.
Audio book the fuck out of me. I can't read.
Yeah, I love a good book.
I can't sit still and read. I be like, the Rockets. Who I don't know what this means.
Who looked at my story?
Ready player. Who looked at my story? ADHD kicks all the way in, and I can't sit still and focus. Oh yeah, Now, when you fancy and you got these rich husbands, would you rather have a housemaid or a cook?
Give me the house. I cook my ass up.
Me too. House.
Yeah, I want somebody to clean up for me. I don't like to
You know
eat
what?
anyway.
I think I might rather want to cook because my house is gonna be clean. I keep shit organized. You know what I mean, pretty well. So you know what I mean. I'm in and out. So and for that reason, my house ain't gonna be junky. So
Right.
cook. So when I get there, I got something to eat.
And see, like she said, she cooked her ass off, so shit. And then you the man, so I suggest, I knew you would say that. I'm the man, so cook for me. Cook me some dinner. Ashtray,
Not
bitch.
to say that I can't cook. Not to say that that's your job, right? Or you know what I'm saying, that I can't cook, but you know, with me living life, I need some food already there prepared.
Yeah, see, cooking is my love language. So.
Too.
Chips are mine.
Not even French fries. She just said chips.
It's a
It's a potato.
potato. It's a
Hey,
potato.
good right.
It's a potato.
You didn't even put no effort in cooking the potato yourself. You just took and bought a bag.
The chips.
It's an inside joke. Y'all get it. You know me. Wink, wink. I love me some chips. All right. I think I'm almost done. Would you rather be without the internet for a week or without your phone for a week?
Well, goddamn, that's one and the same, man. I mean,
It really isn't though.
because if you take your phone away, it
My
takes
phone.
your internet
No,
away.
I'd
And
rather
shit.
be
You ain't got no
without my
computer?
phone.
You got a computer.
Yeah, I do. But it's just like,
Yeah.
ooh.
My phone, because I talk on the phone. I don't necessarily have to be on Facebook.
So you
I
rather
talk
be
on-
without your phone?
No, I mean, I'd rather be without internet.
Okay.
Definitely
Right.
without
I could, you know what? I
Yeah,
could do
sure.
without my phone because the majority of people that's talk to me on my phone contact
on
me
the
through the
internet.
internet, and I can still get my life done.
That's gonna be a hard.
It is a hard one.
I would read without the internet.
I'm a text inbox. That's text messaging, right? Call, Facebook call, right?
I don't associate well with people on the internet.
Me
People gonna be
either.
talking to me and I just be like, this is a bot. How does my pictures look today?
Not responding.
Something is seriously wrong with me. Like,
Yeah, you are a true narcissist.
like somebody asked me, like this guy was trying to get to know me, and I just be like, no, I don't know. What do you want to know? Anything, nothing, everything.
What's your favorite color?
I don't know. I don't really have one anymore. So I let all of that go. Don't
What's
ask
your
me my
zodiac
favorite
sign?
chips.
That's the beginning, right?
That's
I
your
hate that
yeah.
shit.
What's your sign?
What's your sign? What's your favorite
Doesn't
color?
matter. It doesn't matter.
Like,
It
right?
doesn't
Like, do you
fucking
want to
matter.
go to dinner? Do you want to go to the
Right.
Riverwalk?
Are you a man or
I
a
won't
woman?
say that about signs
I
because
mean,
I'm a sign.
Damn.
I'm a sign type of person too. I like a lot of people not compatible. A lot of people like and it do.
I'm just-
yeah.
I'm not compatible with the inbox.
Yeah.
I've been trying to. I'm like, okay, Facebook dating. Here we go. Like, no, I don't read nobody bio. I'm just bad at it. Like I just be like, I need an audio book. I need an audio bio. I can't read this shit. So
You need an audio book profile. and shit.
I need an audio profile. I need somebody to hook me up. But then if you try to hook me up, I think you think I'm ugly. So that doesn't
I
work.
don't like it either. No.
I don't lie. All right, last one. Would you rather be on a broken ski lift or in a broken elevator? Sheesh.
Oh my god. Ain't neither one of them gonna work for me.
Neither one.
I
yeah.
know, right?
But y'all gotta choose one.
Oh wow.
A ski lift. First off, I would never be there, so it has to be an elevator. I'm
It's
not
gotta be
going-
an elevator?
It has
It would
to
have to be
an
elevator for me because I'm not getting on no fucking.
I would rather
Right.
be on a broken ski lift. I'm claustrophobic.
See, I am too. Neither one of them was a good fit for me.
see,
But
then
more
you-
likely for me to be on the elevator than ever go to
You,
anything like that. I don't
you
know.
fuck with my fear of heights on both of them.
Yes,
for
you
number
right.
one.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because,
Elevator up
depending on-
and down.
And then, with the elevator at least,
It
I'm
could
in
be.
closed quarters because I can't see how high that I'm up.
But the thing is,
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
because all I can see is the elevator crashing down.
Yeah. And then
Why you
Yeah,
black
that's-
people always
'cause
turn
we
your
black.
PTSD?
We
Just
gotta-
it's a safe
you
safe
have
scenario.
you have to prepare for the worst case scenario as a black person.
Right.
You just-
Because
if I'm in
usually
this
that's
fucked
what
up-
happens.
If I'm in this fucked up
Lord.
scenario, what's the worst that can happen, and how can I
and
prepare
how can
for it?
Yeah, be ready.
Okay.
Stay ready, so I gotta get ready.
So look, normally what I do is I peruse the web throughout the week, find out what the girls is talking about on the internet, see what's going down. And I really didn't want to soil the show with too much celebrity gossip, what's going on or whatever. So I kind of didn't really do anything. The one thing I did say, and it kind of does fit in, we all know that Kevin Samuels passed away. We know the boys are gagging and the girls are laughing, and it's a lot. But death is a really serious thing. Like, I'll be honest. It didn't move me either way because he didn't,
You weren't a fan.
yeah, it was like, it's not that I want him to die, but we all die. And then it's also not like I was praying on his downfall because I didn't pay him enough attention. Like, anybody who knows me knows that it's not that I didn't like Kevin Samuels or what he was speaking. I don't like the broke niggas that think that they're who he's talking about. I'm like, y'all know he's not talking to you, right? Oh, you don't? All right, never mind. Keep going. So with that, seeing like all of the different people, even celebrating, if you will, I'll be honest, I didn't pay a lot of attention because it's a life that you live that you're not gonna die and people are gonna feel bad for you. So it's not pretty, but it's the truth. I don't condone anybody celebrating, but I also understand that like these women who chose to follow him and chose to get angered by him and then feel like, you got what you deserve or you got to do justice, but we're all going to die. So I don't like that. But to have everybody know, this is a show. I have my two beautiful mothers on this show who both have lost a child as well as our mothers to other living children. And we had Mother's Day yesterday. And if anybody who knows me really quickly, May is a very hard month for me because I lost some of my best women in my life in the month of May. So when whoever made that lyric, I got the month of May, so he knew who the fuck he was talking about. Who the fuck knew to write that shit? Who knew that May was the fucked up month? So y'all out there, what month is the fucked up month for y'all? Do y'all have like an emotional month that you really need support and love? Let me know. We want to see where you at with that. But first we're gonna start. What did y'all do for Mother's Day?
We had a Mother's Day brunch.
Let's talk about it.
It was beautiful. We got a crazy family, and everybody don't always get along. So for everybody to come together and all the people that are still here to be able to be here.
Awesome.
No bullshit, no slick talk, no nothing. It was beautiful.
That's
It was-
what's up.
It was nice.
What about you, Lisa?
I also did a Mother's Day brunch, but I did it with a family that was made and not so much as my own.
Okay.
It was beautiful. It was live music. It was great food. It was such a great vibe. It did me good. It did me good. It did my heart good. It really did.
Okay. So now, like I said, I told the world that you both are moms. You both have lost children, which that's probably one of the biggest. You hear that phrase, no parent wants to bury their child. So we know that like that's huge.
It's really true.
I like to unpack grief for people because beyond just losing a child, I've never lost a child. I lost my mom. So and I lost some friends, and grief bothers me because it's a lifelong thing. It's not going anywhere. So I just kind of want to like have y'all help me tell the people, like when we're grieving, what's some like do's and don'ts to grief, like in your opinion? So like some things that you actually witnessed or went through and you want to like tell the next person who have never probably experienced what you experienced, what you did like they did or what you didn't like they did. You don't got to call nobody out, but you can call out situations.
Well, I can say everybody mourns. Everybody, you're gonna mourn. There's nothing, I say don't live in it.
Okay.
That it's something you never get over. People say, "Oh, it's with time." No.
Right.
You learn to live without them, and you learn to live with it.
Yes.
And with that, you have to accept it.
It's hard.
So, you know.
Anything you want to add, cousin?
I think far as the do's and don't for me is don't ask me what I want. I have no clue.
Okay.
Don't assume because you don't see my tears, I don't have any.
Oh, baby.
Real talk.
Never imagine what I'm going through.
I got that written down. If I could stop you. Anybody out there, if you have or haven't lost anyone, can y'all stop telling people what you don't imagine? I couldn't imagine how you feel. Ain't nobody asked you to be stupid. I don't want you to imagine how I feel. I feel terrible. I feel broken. I feel hurt. I feel hateful right now. Me and God are having conversations that I never thought I would have to have. Don't imagine no stuff like that. Let it, if it ever happens to you, if you ever have to experience that, find some support, but don't imagine
Yeah,
it.
I had a friend tell me that though.
They
I know
do.
they
It's
they
empty.
don't really know what to say to you when
So
stuff
say
like that
nothing.
happens. So
And it's okay.
and all I could tell her is she couldn't imagine. And I told her you don't want to.
You don't want to.
never
I don't
know-
want you to.
Don't. And I told her friend I don't want you to.
Me
Trust
either.
and believe me. You don't want it.
How long has it been since you lost your son?
4 years.
Okay. Cousin?
It's going to be a year on May 20th.
So,
So,
as well, she has the month of May as well.
well, we have I as well.
Okay.
Right? I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but May 27th would be the 1 year anniversary of y'all podcast sister who was murdered just outside the studio.
Oh, no.
Right? So it was.
And see, the crazy thing about that date is, because I always get it confused, that's the day my mom passed. I never know if it's the 27th or the 28th, because I learned that people are so cruel that I didn't deal with her death, even though it looks like I'm dealing with it. Like, I tried to just be as strong as possible so I can get through the day. And I got some really great friends. Like, shout out to my support system, because I was crying on Tuesday like no other. And Beauty over here came through. She came to shred papers. She didn't shred a damn thing. And brought me gifts and bring me my flowers and brought me wine and brought me a beautiful card. And it's like, girl, but she's going through her grief and she's watching me. And last year I did a big event that was dear to me. It was called Grief, Growth, and Grand Ideas. So this is kind of like taking the place of it this year, because I didn't get it together. My mind wasn't in the right spot, but I may do it later this year and then bring it back for May next year, because it did get me through May. It
That
just
sounds good.
happened that right after my event, her daughter passed, and it just re-triggered everything.
And it's crazy because she said May the 20th is the day, right? So the meet and greet that we had, the traffic jam, it was originally May 27th, right? And it's the day that happened with Brittany, and I had to change it, so it's the Friday previously, which is the May the 20th.
Right.
And see, me, that's also my mom's birthday, so she
Yeah,
literally
May
died a week
20th.
after her birthday.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a balloon release for my mom the 21st, which is the first time we've even done anything. She's been gone since 2016. We just kind of avoid it.
Yeah.
And that's not
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
healthy.
It's
And that's what I
not-
was telling her. Make new memories. Make new memories.
I don't have a
Like,
picture up of my mom in my house because seeing her smile makes me cry.
I mean, I understand that
Yeah.
because I have a lot of stuff from my son, and it's put away. It's not up. It's not. Everybody wanted to get this billboard. Who keeping it? In the
beginning of this, right, because it's Mother's Day week, right? And we're talking about situations that we went through in May with the people, right? And I have a clip of Brittany,
Yes.
right? And her Mother's Day show, you know what I mean? Where it was like I had a little sounder for her show that I made. And it was the first time that I played it, and she got all hype about it, right? So then I took that, and that's kind of like my little dedication moment for her on the beginning.
Right.
So, and I got that in the beginning and the end of all of our shows this month for her.
okay.
You know what I mean? So that's just all of this is just this whole conversation
Yeah,
is
just
full
the
circle for
dedication,
this.
full
This
circle,
is the
that's
month
it.
for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody
Full
having that
circle,
same
I
kind of
love that.
moment for this month. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So with you guys being moms, dealing with still having living children and lost a child, and my mom actually went through the same thing. And I don't think, in my opinion, we didn't forgive her for her grief because we didn't understand it and we didn't unpack it or talk about it enough. This is why I make it my business now. what is that hardest part in your opinion, like having living children that you have to cater to or be there for, as well as yourself, and trying to keep your baby's memory alive at the same time?
For me, it's because I actually have 4 boys who are still here, and they're like different ages. Like 2 of them are grown, and the other one are like 9 and 6, and they deal with it much differently. Like the little ones, they want to talk about her every day. They want to draw her pictures, and I don't always want to do that.
Right. So that's
But my cousin explained to me how being younger and going through grief, I have to take the time out and allow them to grieve how they want to, because I want to grieve how I want to. I want it to be okay to grieve. If I want to cry today and laugh tomorrow, I want to be able to do that. And so I let them, and then I dropped them off for school, and I call her, and I cry the whole 30 minutes if I need to.
It's okay to not be okay.
And get it
Man,
over with.
it's-
I definitely believe in therapy.
yeah.
It was always taught in my house that, that ain't what black people do.
No.
Man.
We crazy if we do that. Why you telling their business?
And that's part of the reason why we are where we are, because we've been strayed away from all the things that we need to help us.
But it's a good thing.
It's definitely a thing, because my older boys, they do stuff differently. They feel like they the men, so they gotta So when my boys finally broke down about their sister, it did my heart good, because it's okay. We teach our men not to have
cry,
emotions, and not to, not to cry. That's girls. That's what girls do. No, we're human. We're all human. And watching them break down and deal with it in the best they can, and not negative, and not doing drugs, and not doing extra, to try to numb the
That's the first
pain.
thing I
You know
did.
what I
I came
mean?
home because my situation when it happened, right, and it's like my house is taped off, police, and so my whole neighborhood is going crazy, worried about me. First thing I did when I came over from the hospital, I came home, not only just explain the situation, but I'm all over Facebook Live crying with 300 people watching me. You know what I mean? Like, cause I had to let it out. I'm not about to shield that, and even when you said like the pictures of your mom, right? It took you, or even now you don't have no pictures because it make you cry. Like that video about like Brittany, that girl died in my arms. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Looked at me. So even when it like playing that video, I had that video made for the longest, and it took for me to this month, the year of the anniversary, to be able to have the nerve to be able to play it on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I can't even looking at the pictures and making merchandise for. I made the dedication video for a funeral. And I got that done 5 minutes before the funeral because I couldn't stand to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, so we all going through this month. We all.
Yeah.
It's a heavy month for all of us.
Yeah.
Anything you want to touch on, Tasha?
For my
And she had
my
3 sons.
son
by the way.
just
Y'all.
when he passed, my oldest son, that's who I was focused on more. He
Was the baby here?
nope, I was 8 weeks pregnant.
Okay.
And you talking about a balancing
Wow.
act.
Man.
That's rough.
When I say just like
You already a
if
ball
it's
of
a
emotion.
salt grain of comfort, I take it.
Yeah.
Like, and people don't get it. Like
They
people-
don't.
They always think you're okay. And you so strong.
You're not.
Right.
Baby, I ain't know I was this strong until I had to be.
Listen,
Like,
this one cried to me is she's.
They don't
And
get it.
she said, God, I don't want to be strong.
Man.
Girl, fall.
Yeah.
The only thing I wouldn't allow her to do, and anybody who know me know I'm an asshole. I wouldn't let her fall on the ground because, baby, I'm going to fall next to you.
Yeah.
Somebody going to have to come get us with a spatula.
You know
We're going to
what?
both be on this floor.
And that's what I told your sister when y'all mom passed.
Yeah.
Like, friend, I'm going to do everything for you I can. I'm finna cook this food. I'm finna help with
Yeah.
this setup. I'll meet you at the repast, baby.
I'll
Like,
tell you right now, fall on the
your
floor.
name, your mom's name, Cheryl. My mom's name, Shirley.
Okay.
Like, it was just still so
was
fresh
so
for me,
much.
too. And, like, I ain't going to be no good for you. I'm going to tell you now. But I'll
Listen,
meet you at the
but
repast.
Can I tell the people in the world something? Let's talk about it. It is okay. It is totally okay to be honest.
Yeah.
It is okay to be honest. Like, one of the hardest things for me to do was dealing with her when Kayla passed. it was like I jumped into gear, like I gotta be there for you. But I didn't know what I was able to do. And I mean, this girl moved out her house in the same, it was crazy.
That's the beauty of it, though. Like, that's the beauty of it. That's the bond of it. That's the friendship. That's the realness of it. Like,
but the one thing that is and I had to do it, and I didn't want to. And I had to find a way to want to, because I never wanted her to be by herself. She had to go to the morgue. I didn't think that we had to do it. And when she asked me, I said, "You got nobody else that can go?" And she like, "I mean, I'm gonna try to get my." I said, "You know what? Never mind. Nope. I gotta face this. Hardest thing that I ever had to do in my life. Hardest thing, hands down."
you know what? And I do want to just send a shout out to my brother, Jamar, my brother, Vito. They took over.
Yeah.
And that's my son's dad, best friend, and my brother.
Yeah.
They showed up and showed out for us.
And thankfully, we have community, and I want to touch on that, like the importance of support in community. People, when you want to support somebody, be there for them. Don't be there for you. Don't want to bring a bag of tissue.
Man, listen.
I got tissue for you.
or people that's there. Like I had an individual, who so-called was there for me, but just for the purposes of having a receipt to throw up in my face in regards to when
what
they
they
felt
did.
like I should have been there for them.
Have y'all experienced that? Within any of y'all losses, not even just your own children, but like you say you lost your mom, or have you felt like somebody brought up the fact like I was here for you when you?
I did like just last year. That's what. Listen, like, and again, I don't want to make it about me, but like my last.
Because we're not gonna let you. No, I'm
no,
just
no,
kidding.
no.
I'm just
'Cause my
kidding.
last year was crazy, right? So I lost Brittany, right, and then the day after Brittany, right, one of my homeboys was watching my live video when I came home from the hospital crying. After he watched my video, he went in the room and had a heart attack and passed.
Lord
right?
Jesus.
I'll show you the obituary. Okay, then my aunt passed the 4th of July, which is the day before my son's birthday, on the 5th. And then my grandmother passed on Sweetest Day. So I had an individual who was, I was there for you, I was there for you. Then her son supposedly caught COVID. And then this is my Facebook friend that lives out of state. So because I wasn't inboxing her and checking on her on the regular, now I was like,
Can't
I'm
be like that.
inconsiderate of her situation. I just lost 4 fucking people.
Yeah. Like,
Dear people close to me, people, right?
This little joker right
People
here.
gotta
and now,
get it.
and now,
Everybody
and
got
now, and now,
situations.
because I didn't check up on you. I'm fake and all that. Like these people.
Can I tell some of your business?
Go ahead.
This little joke, because I hate that she's so there for me, and she fresh. Her wounds are fresh, cause she know we very transparent about how we feel that day. Probably too transparent. We probably need to toughen up.
Man.
But what was it? 2020. Was it 2020? Yeah, because last year was 2021. 2020, May 24th. I go up because it's the holiday. I go over her house. She barbecuing. I remember it was like yesterday. I go in because she a bulk shopper. She got everything. She got cases. She got cases of like what's the little not Smirnoff, but the little Jamaican be happy
Coming
stuff.
over her house.
She got all this stuff. I'm like, cousin, you just did dirty at the grocery store. You didn't got them in. She got paper towel everywhere. I'm like, can I come shopping in here? We don't need that much. And then we eat hot dogs. It rain. And I'm like, I gotta go to my cousin's house. I'll see you later. And she's like, okay, girl, call me later. And maybe an hour later, she called me and she texted me. My house just burnt down. I said, what the fuck this bitch lying for? And then she sent me a picture. Whole house total wipeout.
Oh my
Total
God.
wipeout. Lost her complete house. So but baby ain't want to mess with. She was out for about a month, maybe at best about 6 weeks. You had to stay with somebody. Mm-hmm. See, when my trifling ass lost my house, I had to stay with somebody for 4 years. I had to get it together, figure it out. It took a long time. And she made me look bad. Like, what you doing? How you back on your feet? You just lost everything. I mean, everything. You talking about somebody who just lost everything. You talking about, so where's my birth certificates? Where's our social security cards? I mean, I got to replace this shit for 6 people. You know, and everybody wants to give you clothes and shit because everybody, I ain't giving you no money.
Right.
Like, okay, then don't give nobody nothing, but she ain't got nowhere to put no fucking clothes. So don't, just wait. Just give her a moment to fall into that. So that would have been a year anniversary, May 24th, 2021. But before she can get to May 24th, 2021, her daughter dies May 20th, 2021. So now you talking about some month of Mays.
You know, and it's crazy in life, like, sometimes when it rains,
It pours.
Like, it really pours.
It's
Boy,
tsunamis.
oh,
It's
fucking boy.
thunderstorms.
Oh, boy.
It's really like full circle in life. Like
Shit, I
lost.
went
Like I
through-
lost
went
my
through Armageddon
house.
last
I
year.
lost my mother. I lost my son to death. I lost a son to prison. I lost a relationship I had been in for 15 motherfucking years. And
You still got to get
I
up
was
and
pregnant.
you got to find a way through
And,
this.
Like God did it for me.
Listen,
And
Spirit of Love Church. That's what did it for me.
well, that's what's up.
And
God did it for me too, and I actually went to Spirit of Love, but that's a whole nother
like,
story.
He definitely did it for me, but
Like-
I am not gonna lie to you and say I was not angry with
Be
it.
honest.
Yes.
yeah.
Be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Tell us the truth. Because
Like,
see,
no
it's somebody
way.
else that feels that.
Oh,
You
Trust.
know,
Somebody
the
told
first
me-
thing everybody tell me, oh, you gotta pray. Oh,
God,
you
this is
gotta.
what guys,
Yeah.
man, listen. Whew.
Yeah.
I literally told somebody, right? Somebody, because about my situation, and my friend that I love so much took her last breath looking in my face, and somebody said, well, you can't, if that's what God wanted.
Oh,
And,
baby.
and somebody, and I said,
got God's phone number, 'cause he told you
said,
what
if
to
that's
do.
what God wanted,
My
then
eyes started
fuck
twitching
you
real
and
bad.
God. That's what I said to this person.
Hey, I didn't have battles
Let
with
me
God.
tell you,
I be
we-
talking backwards to God
Okay,
sometimes.
Man,
but he
listen
knew
to
what he
me.
knew. He knew what he knew when he made me. I'm telling you, I sat, and this is real personal, for real. They called me. They went to all my different addresses, and my son went down to the door when the state police came to my house. And he said, who owns this vehicle? He said, my mom does. And he was like, you need to get to the hospital. He was like, but who? He was like, my mom's upstairs. Because the car was in my name that my daughter drove. And he was like, well, go get your mom. So I come downstairs, and I'm still in shock. He like, you know, you need to get to receiving this, that, and third, blah, blah. I'm like, well, do I need to find somebody to get a tow truck for her car?
Right.
Is everything going to be okay in her head?
And he was like, don't worry about the car.
Just go.
So we get to the hospital, we get in there, and I'm looking at my daughter, Michaela, lay in this bed. Not quite sure what I'm looking at, though. You know what I mean? And my mom, my sisters is there. My brother couldn't come in. So we standing there, and I'm just in shock. And I'm kissing her, and I'm asking them, like, so what can we do? And my daughter was already, I didn't even know who she was. Like, my sister tells me, oh, you ain't crying enough for me.
What?
Baby,
Bitch, I'm in
Baby.
shock. Shut the oh, man.
baby, listen, I would love to tell y'all she
Come
lying.
on now.
I would love to tell y'all she lying, but I can't do that. God won't
She
allow.
watched a lot of stuff, and it's just like, you know, and then I couldn't even
But-
argue or fight with her at that time because there was so
She
much
couldn't.
other stuff going
You know,
on.
you be so numb.
You do. It shocks.
It shocks you.
and
It numbs you.
confused.
It like you don't.
That's why it's not healthy to talk to people and tell them where they should be.
And that's
Man, you can't tell people how to feel about shit like
And I
that.
you
didn't
don't
see
know
my
how
son.
I'm
You know,
feeling.
and that's why you
She
can't
don't
tell
know
them.
how she feeling. When we listen, her plan for that day, May 20th, 2021, was to move. That was her plan. When she called me, and she don't even remember this because I had my phone on Do Not Disturb back then. My shit used to come on at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and you couldn't get to me until about 7 in the morning. I said I had missed like 3 calls at 3 a.m., and I went to everybody's
I hate
Facebook.
late night
I
calls.
didn't see nothing, so I said, okay, everybody must be safe. She must have just been in her feelings. She really wanted to talk. Soon as that baby finally got on the phone with me, her first thing was, Kayla dead. I said, wait, what? Wait, where you at? I got to call off work. I need to get, I don't even know how to get to her house. I'm trying to figure this out. I know where she live. I don't know how to get there. When I finally get there, of course, everybody there drinking. You know, we don't know how to operate under this. I'm like, no, we're not playing that. What's up? And then she like, I still want to move. I said, the fuck? I was mad as hell. Like, you want to do what?
Because the thing about it is, we still have to live.
Oh, she
We still
moved that
have to
day.
function. We still have to, you know, Like, it's like
the shit you wouldn't even imagine could go
Yeah.
on. I was like,
Like-
all right, come on, everybody grab a box. Let's go. Let's fill our cars up. And we got out of there. We got her moved and starting a new journey and having to deal with losing somebody so close, somebody you carry,
Yes, of
somebody,
course.
you know. It was so much. And I'm just like, for people to be mean at that moment, like, but this is why I'm not shocked with the Kevin Samuels and all the
Right,
things that's coming
right.
back, because
Yeah.
people you love get the people they love talk to
Yeah.
them crazy in their worst moments. I had somebody tell me that people were mad at me because I didn't take care of my mama during her deathbed.
How do you know how I feel? That's my mama.
How do you know how I feel?
You can't tell me.
You can't tell me how to go in there and not break down. I can't even look at a picture of my mama. You thought I could go over there
But you know
and
what? I
take
felt
care
like
of her?
that. Me and my mother-in-law one time, and my mother-in-law was like, "You gotta do how you do her like that. You gotta just be a little." I'm like, "No." I'm like,
We
I
don't
can't-
know
I
what to
can't
do.
I can't take care of her as my mother.
Yeah.
I have to take care of her like as a patient.
And see, I ain't
Because
never been.
I can't, and my mother used to always say, "You so mean. You so mean. You don't even cry for me." So one day I'm upstairs and I hear my husband talking to my mother, and she like, her old mean self, she don't even cry, and she don't.
Like, you
and
don't
he
know.
tell her, he was like, "Mom, I ain't even gonna tell you. Like when your daughter come out of this room, like she'll close the door and sit outside on the floor and cry."
Yeah.
Like
We
I
break
couldn't-
down. We have to
it
be strong
I
in
had to be
areas.
strong enough to take care of her, and that's all she knew. My daughter's strong.
I couldn't
My
look
daughter
at my
take
mama
care of
I'm
in
me.
her
so
state.
sick
I
of
don't
that
need
word.
nobody
Like,
to-
can that
like,
word go
it's
to
just
hell for the
strong,
month of
just being
May?
strong.
Okay? Because we
So
gonna
you
lose
tired of
you.
being strong?
Tired.
But
I'm
you
so
do.
tired.
You
You
do.
do.
But at the end of the day, like,
What
it's just
don't
like
kill
all
you make you
have.
stronger?
No
Goddamn
to
it, how
hell.
much
Like-
stronger can I get? What the
I'm
like-
gonna tell y'all the conversations that I had with God, and I know it's a lot of people who are holding it out who gonna disagree, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. My thing, what don't kill you make you stronger? Well, let me
Kill
pass
me.
away.
Say, well, kill
I
me.
don't got time for none of this.
Nobody want to keep hurting.
I feel
Oh,
you.
this
That-
is you building your brand and your story. Fuck you and the story.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I
At this
feel
point,
you.
because
feel you.
I promise you,
People
like,
are
you know,
insensitive.
they
I
are
feel you.
insensitive, and this is why I
feel
move the
you.
way I move. This is why I push how I feel back to see how my cousin is, because my whole thing is, or just people I love in general, love on people now, so
That's
you
right.
don't
This is
feel
the flower
shitty.
giving baby.
So you don't
Yeah.
feel shitty. With stuff. Let me tell you how I
Yes,
love my daughter
beautiful.
to death. I miss her, but I do not. I
Feel
repeat,
bad about
do
her.
not feel bad at
Amen.
all, because I
Amen.
treated
To
that
that.
little girl like a queen, and everybody, no matter how they like me or dealt with me, they'll never tell you nothing different. When you
Maybe
got,
it's a good mama.
And you know what? And it's beautiful because that's how me and my son relationship was. Like, we ain't had no faults. We ain't had no fault. We wasn't. We don't fight, argue. We was
we did.
together. We was bonded. We,
Yeah.
You know,
It's
we
okay.
fight, but like in our love,
Yeah.
we just was there with each other. We able to talk to each other. We know. My son told me we went to a neurologist appointment. He passed from epilepsy.
how old is he, or how old was him?
He passed away 2 days before his 24th birthday. And we went to an appointment, and we went to Coney Island afterwards, and we did our little talking, how we do and stuff. And he's just like, Dukes, like, and he don't cuss and all that stuff. And he said, if I don't beat this shit, in which I don't think I am, you're going to be okay, you're going to be happy, and something good going to come out of it. And my
You didn't
son-
know you was pregnant yet,
Nope.
did you?
No.
Wow.
See?
And my son passed away like a week later.
Wow.
So we,
He knew
you
what he
know,
knew.
you
Knew
know,
what he
and
knew.
if he can accept
Right.
what was going on and what he knew,
Right.
you know, who am I not to?
And that's why people
Like,
need to
and
love
people
on
don't
you
understand that, you
instead
know?
of
And
trying
that's what I'm
to
saying. We were such a
control.
great place with each other and such a great space with each other, and you know, like
I appreciate y'all
Love
because
on-
pouring your heart out to like get people to understand. Hey, y'all, you can't control life. You can control your emotions.
That's it.
You can control your actions and your reactions, but you can't control that I'm not crying enough for you. You can't control that I'm too strong or not strong enough or not strong enough because I'm an emotional.
Me too.
I'm Pisces, y'all. I cry.
So you'll cry too.
I cry
I
commercials.
want to cry because she crying.
Listen,
Like, oh, you lost your
Like-
baby.
like-
and I want to make
When I found out that shit happened a week before Brittany and she about to break down, I had to hold myself and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, cause
And
I
how-
feel her. You know what I'm saying?
how
Like,
often do you get to do this, Mark? Though, how often do you get
right,
to
and I want it to be okay.
to come together
I
with
want
other
it to be
people?
okay. I want it to be okay. Having 4 boys left, I want it to be okay. My son told me this. My oldest son told me this. He said, "Mom, let me kick it with you." I said, "What's up?" He said, "I need you to do me a favor." I said, "What do you need, son?" He said, "You told me as a young boy that stop crying like a little girl. Don't do that." He said, "Don't do that to my brothers."
Also,
And I have not said that.
when
to
my
them
brother
since.
died, I was the same age as her fourth child. So I had to explain to her what that did
What
to
it
me
feels
as
like to
an
you
8-year-old.
as a sibling.
First of all, I don't remember much about my brother. I know he loved me. I loved him. We got the same birthday. I love him so much, and I really wish he was there. A lot of the reasons why, like, he was my protector. Like, people was like, your dad. Like, my dad was always there. My daddy was my provider. My brother was my protector.
right.
So, God, you just swept and took my protector from me. You know I'm going to be slow,
Yeah.
right? You know I ain't hood. You know I don't know how to maneuver in certain rooms. My brother would have beat all these niggas' asses, and I wouldn't have went through none of this shit. I'd have been a fucking doctor and the president of the world if my brother.
That's who was there for me.
However, that wasn't my story. And I didn't start to grieve my brother like out loud until I was 19 and started drinking. And the bottle came out of me and I got to talk about how I felt. And that's what I say even about my mother. I stumbled across the cemetery. We don't even know where she's buried. That's how much we're not dealing with.
I didn't grieve for my mom for a while either because I didn't imagine her dying. I imagined she'd be sick and we'll take care of her. Like,
I didn't grieve
that
for
was
my
it. It
mom
didn't
once she passed
register.
because I
Like,
grieved her deteriorating as a
before,
as a person.
Yeah,
So when I
yeah.
see pictures of my mama smiling, that reminds me that I lost my mother because the woman that passed,
Wasn't
I didn't
her.
know that woman. I was like, she
Right.
doesn't look recognizable. I remember going to view her at the funeral and they at the funeral home because who the fuck knows how to do this shit? Who knows to plan the funeral? Like we gotta whip it together and
That's a
figure some
whole
new
nother
shit out.
story.
So we go in and the guy says, "How does she look?" I said, "Terrible."
Yeah, because that's not the. And it be like that. Like you don't really know, like the stages that they come from.
I
It's like
don't
almost
want.
like
I don't. That yeah.
My
My
mama
mom
looks-
does not look good. Nobody. That just like.
She
no.
looked 20 years older than the mom I knew, and I just had to accept whoever in this casket is supposed to be my mom. I didn't break down at the funeral until they played the video of her, and I saw my mom. I'm like, that's my mama right there. This is a shell of a person, and it sucks that she had to go out in that extended way where she wasn't able to walk or talk for years
that's
before she passed.
right. And then I didn't see my son, even though I could have. I didn't.
You had a close cut, or you had him cremated?
No, I had him cremated, and even at the house, like, and I love his dad. He always done what's best for me. So when we got the car, like, and it's crazy. Me and my cousin were together. We were together when her son was killed in a car, and it's me and her together when my son passed away in a car. So we just like, and I asked him like, "Do you think I should see him?" And once he tell me no, I accept that because he's always tried to do what was best for me when it came to him. So because we had a long battle with this epilepsy, and we, and it just, and I used to always say, well, he passed, he lost this fight, but who am I to say he lost?
Right.
Because after I think about it, he actually won because it changed him.
Yeah.
It just changed him as a person. Everything he did, his job, he was so smart. Like he just was like a good kid.
And that's the thing, we need more of that. We don't like sometimes we don't get to talk about our loved ones and have a smile on our face and remember
And
because
you know
everybody
what,
just
though?
wants you to be sad.
Real
And you can
thing though,
smile.
a lot of people I learned and it was so weird to me that I went through something where people were really uncomfortable when my daughter died.
Yeah.
For me to talk about it.
Yeah, because cousin was cutting you. She be like, my daughter died yesterday. Girl, we'd be like, ah.
You know what?
People be
And
ready
it's
to
crazy
cry.
because I couldn't even say that. I'm like just now being even able to say the word that like he's
And see,
dead
that's
or
that
like
lets
he
you know the
died or that he-
difference. Yeah,
you know,
people
how
are able to deal with the
and
difference.
I can honestly say like last year was the first year that I can honestly say like that. People ask me, well, I'm okay. I can honestly say, like, last year, like, I honestly can say I'm okay and mean it.
Okay.
Like,
So, no, I'll tell your ass in a
like,
heartbeat. No,
yeah,
not okay.
Like,
No,
oh,
not
no.
okay.
And I
Today's
think
the
it was
worst day
because
of
I
my life.
sheltered, like, the kids.
Yeah.
Our kids, my
Understood.
son, my
And-
younger
yeah.
cousins, they don't know how to take death.
But
And
see,
then
that's
they
why
so
we have
tight
to
as
offer.
kids and so close, they couldn't accept it. So I felt like,
You
as
had
long as y'all all right, that's all I could do. As long
But
as
let's
y'all
all
okay,
lay on the floor
I'll
and
be
cry
okay.
together.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what? And I just felt too, as being a parent and having children to try to help them grieve. Like you get caught, you get stuck. Where the only time I could cry is when I slid down the
around.
shower wall because
Yeah,
I
when
had
they
to come out with a cape. Like, you want to
be
talk about your
strong for
sister?
them.
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Who gonna be strong for me?
Oh, I understand.
You know what I mean? And everybody first, and I'm the first one to say, and a lot of women are gonna definitely not agree. People say, "Oh, my kids, not my kids, my kids, my kids." Let me tell you something. If I'm broken, I'm gonna raise broken children. You can take it however you want
talk.
to.
Tell 'em.
I
Real
have
talk,
to
real
be
talk.
okay. Lisa has to be okay in order for every of my other children to be okay. And I have to let them know it's okay for them not to be okay. Today's not a good day. My 9-year-old went to school. He told his teacher, he said, hey, I don't really want to sit by anyone today because I miss my sister.
Yeah, I kick it with him because I know where he's at, and I never got the courage to be able to be expressive so early, and I commend him for being like emotional when he needs to be emotional.
Yeah.
And we talked, and I told him when I was your age, I lost my brother. He like, really, cousin Mo? Really? Yeah. Yeah. So it's just not. It's not that it's not gonna happen to people.
And
so
they don't let that. I feel like dealing with cousin Mo, it was just like, she really taught me a lot because people kind of look at the parents and, oh my God, what are you going through? But I watched my older two; those were best friends. Like when I say those are the three amigos, it was them two and her. Because my daughter thought she was a boy, so it was those three, and then she thought she was the little one's mom. So I don't know how her roles changed, but that's what happened. And so it was just like, nobody really went to my boys and asked them how
did
they
they
were.
feel? Or what was
He was like, Mom, she knew all my secrets. And it was so funny when she said protector because that's what Kayla always called her oldest. Her oldest brother, she said, that's my protector. But my second, the one that's second right over her, that's my heart.
Yeah.
So Carla was her heart and Mark was her protector. It's so crazy the role that people play in people's lives and you just downplay them. Siblings are so important.
Yeah, they are. They are like my son. He has two brothers, my son and his dad's son, and it's just like I used like these kids would just be broken, just break out crying and just be so hurt and I know how I raised them. It's only y'all two. I locked them motherfuckers in the room together. That's all you got. If something happened to me, you got him, and he got you. That's
and then now that isn't even the real story no more.
And it's just so they be so broken.
Yeah,
be so,
what?
And it's different levels of loss, like a brother, a sibling, and a parent.
Oh yeah,
like with my mom. When I buried my mom, it was the worst thing. This is the first time I ever had to do any of this was with my mom. But I was in the store crying. The lady behind the counter helped me shop. What's the color? What you need? She's showing me stuff. Yes, that, and that. Thank you so much.
Whatever you got.
But my son, only thing I did was the obituary, y'all. We sat at the table for so long, like just looking, and we know everything about him and couldn't think of a motherfucking thing to say or write or just like you be so lost. Like
when one of my best friends died, Ebony. When Ebony died in 2013, it fucked with me because it was around Mother's Day, May 16th. And it just so happened that...
Is that why you did the grief on that day?
No, it just fell that day. And I'm a bullshitter because I didn't even tell her mom and her daughter about it. So they should have really been there. And the thing was, that last Mother's Day with Ebony, Sabrina's birthday is May 8th. She was having a party. And Ebony lived on the street I grew up on, and my cousin was living in our old house. So we was having a party there, and I worked at the Aldi around the corner, so I was coming from work, and I ain't had no money, no cash on me. I called her like, Ebony, can I borrow $5 so I can put some money on the liquor? She don't even drink. So she letting me borrow. She like, you better give me my money back because I got to put that in somebody's Mother's Day card because Ebony was always Ebony. So I went, got the money from her. We talked, and I swear I hated our last conversation. She was telling me that she was moving. She was getting out of here. I'm leaving. I'm about to find me somewhere else to go. I'm leaving. And I was like, girl, you need to sit still. You and your mama got a working dynamic. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all help each other. And it just sat so bad with me because she was always telling me she was leaving. And Sunday was Mother's Day. I went and took her money back because I told her she had to put in that Mother's Day card. Then Sherelle had Riley and I had to work. See these other names. And then that day I almost killed my child because I was rushing to get her home. And then she was like 3 at the time. So Sherelle had just got done cooking and it was like Riley didn't eat. I was like, she eating the car. So my baby in the back seat eating choke off a chicken bone. I had to pull off the road, call 911, everything. And I just was like so frazzled. And this is when I lived off like 15 miles and I was at 8 Mile. So like the police and the fire department came, they checked her, everything was good. And I was going to call Ebony and I didn't. Kept going, went home. That Thursday, my phone was hitting up, and it was one of my friends, Shantae, and Shantae know I'm still pissed at her about this. She called me. Finally, I woke up. I thought she wanted some pictures. Like, I really did. I thought she wanted some pictures. And she was like, did Ebony pass away? I'm like, no. No, she didn't. Why you calling me with the
why would you
foolishness?
call me with that?
Whole
Yeah.
time it really was true. I had to figure it out once I found out. Had to run down there, and I did the same thing cousin did because nobody was answering their phone, and I started texting people every day. Like I was pissed. But that death for me had been the biggest one out of all of my people because then it made me look at my life like, so wait, you mean I might not be able to raise my kids into adulthood because she left behind a daughter? You mean that my friends just can leave and they got other things? I thought she had other things to do. Who knew that she was about to go? We didn't see
I
this
say that about
coming.
my son. Like I never got to see him grow. I never got to see what was next.
So
like,
and it just the depression. That was the very first time I had ever experienced depression. I thought depression was fake.
yeah.
And then next thing you know, I'm walking around this world and I think me and depression been tussling since 2013. Who baby? And then don't talk about 16
Like,
when I lost my house, car, mama, and damn near my health was doing all kind of foolish shit. One thing people didn't know about me and she did was I was in my sickest and I was going through some shit and a lot of people didn't know. And I didn't call people to help me. I was walking to the damn hospital. I forget that I even did that shit. Now, I'm walking to the doctor, but people quick to tell me who the fuck I am and who the fuck I'm not. Like, you don't know my struggle. You don't know my hustle. You don't know what I went. I like to tell myself that I got put out of my apartment because I ain't paid my bills the whole time I was on leave, and they never paid me. So I went 3 months with no money,
right.
and nobody would help
Never
me.
knew.
Like, I tried to get the state. They like, well, we can't give you no money because you ain't working.
Well,
Oh shit! And I learned a lot, and I went through the worst, and I knew God had a plan. I knew He had a plan. I said, God, I'm like this.
Damn it. Now Mo is doing the most.
Okay, get back to it. But
okay.
I'm gonna put this out here real quick. Mo don't have no more shit that she did this week because I was scared. Look, I was trying to stay unscathed because listen, on Tuesday I was crying, and then like yesterday, my daughter, shout out to Royal Berries, she made her chocolate covered strawberries, and she had a bunch of orders, and we had to do some drop offs, and somebody looked at me and was like, "Are you
You
okay?"
need to bring me a batch every week, and we're gonna run a commercial to advertise them shits. And yeah, 'cause
I got you.
Like
You like
I
you like 'em?
love chocolate covered
Oh,
strawberries.
I got you. I'm gonna have her get you some next week, and she make them with love, so everybody be like, "They are so good."
That's right.
But he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Are you lying?" I said, "I might be." I ain't gonna lie. Like you can see the thing is, I don't know. Sometimes we don't know. Yeah. Like sometimes you think you okay until the trigger word happens.
And that's what I was gonna say. And then that's just really just always just about the answer to it. When anybody asks, sometimes, "Are you okay?" It be like, "What the fuck you gonna do if I'm not?" Like,
y'all know,
yeah, I'm good.
Do y'all
I'm
know
good.
any triggers for
Like,
y'all? Cause I can tell y'all one for me used to be, "Aw." It's over. It's over.
Only thing that gets to me, like with my mom, or like stuff to remember, like, oh, I don't eat fish and grits anymore. That was the breakfast we were eating when my sister called. And it's crazy because when she called, I looked at the phone and I just stood there. I couldn't even answer it. It's like I just knew my heart dropped.
So
my
was
stomach
she at
dropped.
the hospital?
No.
Like
She had cancer.
Oh.
And she had been diagnosed. She was in stage like.
This your
4.
mom?
Yes.
Oh, so you said when your sister called to tell you about your mom? Okay.
And they gave her like 6-7 months to live. So we figured you would keep her a couple months, and then you were saying she was in Atlanta. My sister stayed in Atlanta.
Okay.
So we figured, okay, she'll stay with y'all a couple months. Everybody get to spend their time with her and stuff. And then she passed in like 3. So, and then when my sister called, it's just like I felt it, like, oh, I couldn't answer the phone. My husband had to answer. It's like I knew it. So I don't even eat fish and grits no more.
I don't eat peanut butter because when my granddaddy died, they tried to give me his peanut butter and jelly, and I said I can't eat no damn man peanut butter. I ain't eat no peanut butter since I was 12.
And with my son, the song,
like out of jar, weirdo, some weirdo shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's
Heartbreak.
songs for me.
Yes, I played that song. Your ass got the crying instantly.
Heartbreak Anniversary. I was like,
Man,
oh yeah, please.
it was just YouTube. I just
like-
kind of went past. It was like, boom. She was like, yeah. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, that
She like, that
heartbreak.
song made me cry. And she's smiling and
Like,
crying and
yeah,
smiling.
it's just
Like,
James
Yeah.
Brown, I feel good.
Yeah,
Like
do
my
something to
grandmother,
me.
like spent her last hot days in hospice here in the house, and she,
Yeah.
took her last breaths here on Sweetest Day, and the whole family was here, and that was one of her favorite. We ever asked my grandmother, how she feeling or what you doing, how you feeling. I feel like James Brown.
I feel good.
So she was, taking her last breaths. We had that song blasting in the house, so saying I had it playing down here. You know what I mean? So now that song is a trigger for me.
It's a song for mama for me, so of course I put that on yesterday and was in the car. Because I didn't want to ruin Riley's Mother's Day either, and that's a tussle.
Right.
Where
It
you
do
like,
big.
I'm a mother, but I don't have my mother, and it was just like, I don't want to make her have to grieve it out either, because we're responsible. Sometimes we're too responsible. Like, I want to be so emotionally prepared for everybody, but then I forget to be there for me.
yourself. Yeah.
Cousin, you got anything you want to?
Triggers.
Cool.
Today I went to the last place that me and my daughter had dinner at, like maybe like a couple days before she passed, and I had not been in Olive Garden in a while, and it was one of our favorite restaurants.
It's one of your Riley favorites too.
And me, Marley, and Kayla, we met there for dinner when she came from out of town 3 days before she passed, and you know, we was kind of catching up because she wanted to cook for me on Mother's Day, but I had to work. And so we had dinner there, and I haven't been there until today.
Okay.
And, you know, it wasn't bad.
Okay. And that's the thing with life we got to take in. Some days it's going to be good. Some days it's going to be bad. Like Tasha said in the beginning, it's not that you're going to, what they tell you, with time it gets,
That's some
with time,
bullshit.
it's like with time you just kind of get used to where you are, but any new trigger can set it off.
Yeah, I carry my phone.
Baby couldn't smell fire for a minute. And I don't know how you do it now. Like,
It's just ashes.
do fire still trigger you? Like the smells?
Oh,
of
the
fire?
smell of fire definitely triggers me.
I mean, I imagine so.
Yeah.
Like, my anxiety is bad.
Dice used to trigger me because my brother died in the dice game. That dice used to trigger me.
It's crazy.
You know, just I definitely have PTSD because of car accidents. I just looked at the picture of my daughter's car for the very first time, maybe about a month ago. Anger.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I was on the internet fighting
yeah.
people when it happened because
I
it was
want
in the
people
news,
to
and people were just
pretend
assuming
like
shit. It was so
shit
mean.
was happening to your own family. I found out they said my daughter was dead before she was dead on Facebook,
yeah.
and you know, like, oh, she
Yeah.
passed, rest in peace. What are you talking
People are
about?
insensitive. People are insensitive.
Everybody would be
Yeah.
first to answer some shit.
Because when my son passed, that was the first thing his dad said, like, do not put it on Facebook. Do not, because when his brothers was
didn't-
out of
I
town
went
in
to-
school, people,
yeah.
that's not a
We
good
don't
way
know
to
yet,
find.
yeah.
It's just like a
I
shot to
went
your
on
sister.
Facebook
Like,
and I saw them say, rest in peace, Michaela.
Rest
I'm
in
looking
peace.
like
Who?
she's still breathing.
like
at this point.
don't kill my baby already. Like, give her a chance.
And
like,
then on
breathe
top
life
of
into
it,
her.
like it was
Shit.
because her daughter was in a car accident, and everybody had an expert
And the thing,
opinion.
she probably was high. She probably was drunk. She probably
Probably
was this.
was-
She probably was that.
It was so. I was on the internet fighting people
But you know what?
that night.
it's-
I was mad.
Shout
It
out.
wouldn't even let me get on, so I knew God was real because
I
he
had
wouldn't
to
even let
erase
me
all
get
my
on
comments.
there.
I
My
was pissed.
nephew went through. Shout out to Oil Base Ray. Let me tell you, that's one of the kids on what happened. He probably, what did he say? He OD'd or
Yeah,
he
yeah.
came on there. Or did somebody kill him? So he came on like, look, my auntie ain't telling nobody what's going on right now. Don't speculate. And don't
So,
put nothing out
before
there.
we
Don't say
conclude,
nothing.
So look, I
Like-
gotta say this because we running out of time.
Okay.
I gotta say this. My word of the day, my motivation with Mo was gonna be, and y'all kept saying it though, it's okay to not be okay. I thank you ladies for joining us. Mark, I thank you so much for your input. But I have to say this too. All of you people in La La Land, when somebody died, two things to stop doing. Stop trying to figure out how they died. It ain't your business yet. And if it's meant for you to know, it's gonna come out. If they had AIDS, if they got shot, if they OD'd, if the girl killed Kevin Samuels, or if he killed himself, if it's for you to know, it's gonna come out, right? Because I said he had fentanyl in the system because I always put celebrities or celebrity-esque people. I always get them cocaine and fentanyl. But that's just me. I like to tell that story. But stop doing that because, and then this is another one. Because when my friend Ebony died, people would say, I didn't know she was sick because it wasn't your business. It wasn't your business. It's not, you don't need to know who's sick. That's not what we come
If
here
you're
for.
not close enough in the first place, if you're close enough, baby, you gonna know
You
what
don't
it
know.
is.
And then remember when the little girl with Kayla, who she was telling me a story. I'm like, I don't have to fucking play with this little girl. Remember the little girl was trying to tell me, like, she was like, well, how did they know it was her? And
Shut
is
your
it even
dumb ass
her?
up, bitch.
And I'm like, girl, this a whole, you need
Yeah.
to talk to your mama. This is too much.
Death and funerals bring out the worst.
And
we
will do a
yeah.
part 2. We will talk about, I appreciate y'all for sitting with me, especially for
Thank
Mother's
you.
Day
Thank
for
you
the
for
month of
having
May.
me. Thank you for
We'll do
having
a
me.
part 2 about bringing out the worst in people because
does,
that's a
baby.
whole nother show, baby. We can
Yeah.
take shots and call out names. And yeah, my name is Susie. Because that'll be a good one. I just thank y'all for being not strong. I thank y'all for being brave. I thank y'all for being brave enough, and I'm proud of both of y'all for sitting with me and doing my foolishness in the midst of like some of the heaviest things that you've had to endure. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Keep being there for one another. Keep being there for other people, and tell people what space you need. Don't be afraid. Hey, not today. I ain't the one. I ain't the two. I beat your ass. Like,
Right.
but it's wise to be support, and if you're supporting someone, be there for them. I'm telling y'all, I didn't want to go to no morgue, but I knew it was bigger than me and my fears.
It has to be done.
It had to be done. Who knew that had to be done? But it was bigger than me and my fears, so I had to face them that day.
Yes.
So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Everybody in La La Land, go follow me on Mo _ does the most on TikTok and on Instagram. Hit me up on Facebook. If y'all got any stories, anything y'all want me to talk about, anything y'all want me to discuss, let me know. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And hey, that's our time.
7 Mile Radio.
Hey.
And Mo is the GOAT for me.
Hey.
Remembering our angel, Brittany Nicole Dillard of the Plain and Simple podcast. Continue to watch over us. We miss you. We'll never forget you.